Hello everybody, I am the DigitalPaladin, and today I will be showing you how to begin your adventure in programming in Java. Because C is complicated and Python is not the same as other languages. That was awkward. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is get an IDE, which is an integrated developer environment. And so Eclipse is one of the most widely used ones. This is where you can grab it. Eclipse.org, then you just go to download, pick your OS of choice in which you would like to run it. I'm sure they have it for Mac also, but oh yeah. They've got Mac, Linux, Windows, all those. Okay, so once you get it downloaded, you're going to boot it up and you'll get a wonderful window once you close that welcome to the workbench thing. Okay, so you're going to see a few windows scattered around. Now I've moved mine a little bit, but you can just read the little tooltips on them to see where I'm pointing. So this window, the Package Explorer, should be opened by default. And what you're going to want to do here is right-click, go to New, Java Project. Now we're going to make a new project, Java Project. Now you can name this whatever you want, but I will name it this. Pick your Java release. I'm still in 7 because I haven't updated yet, and I'm frankly just a bit lazy. Now that's all for a basic project, so we can just go ahead, hit finish, and there we go. This folder has now appeared. So now we can open it up, and we see we've got a couple things here. The JRE system library, that's basically Java. It's all the things you're going to be using, so you don't need to look in there. And this folder called SRC. Now this is your source folder, which is where all the code you'll be typing will go. And now you'll see you've got a few items on a toolbar up here. You're going to want to go to the one that looks like a little present with a plus sign. Tooltip says New Java Package. And make sure you've got the SRC and the proper project selected when you do this. So we'll click to add new package. You can just use the default, but it'll give you warnings, and it's nice to have names to organize all your stuff. So I will just call this package, because I'm not okay, you cannot name it that. I will call this LOL. Finish. Okay, so now we've got our source folder with a package in it. Now you want to go to the C with a plus to create a new class. And now a class file is the file that's going to store all our code in various places and then run them. And you can also import other classes from APIs and libraries and things, but we'll get there later. So first, you'll just want to click this, create a new Java class inside your package that you've selected. And now you can just name this whatever you want. Since it's going to be running our main method, I usually call it main. And now for the next step, you can either check this box, public static void main, parenthesis, string, brackets, close brackets, args, close parenthesis, or you can just type that in. And I like to type it in just so I'll remember it, but if you want to save time or something, you can go ahead and click that, since this is going to be our main method for the application. So I'm just going to go ahead, hit finish, and now in this middle window, my class has appeared, and you can have several open on different tabs, but right now we've just got one. Now on this first line, you'll see it says package, and then your package name. So Eclipse has automatically added that so that it will reference from the proper package. It's just the great, awesome tools of using an IDE. And now you'll see public class main, opening brackets and closing brackets. Now in between these is where all of your code is going to go, in the middle here. So I'm going to leave an indent because I like things to be formatted. Add a couple spaces because OCD. And now we'll want to add our main method. Now if you left the checkbox checked, you'll see that that's already been auto-generated, and it's got a line that'll say something to do auto-generated methods stub, I believe. Now you can just go ahead and delete that. It doesn't really matter. You can leave it if you want to. Just don't delete the slashes. We'll get to that a little bit later. So if you didn't check that, then we're going to want to type public static void main parenthesis string, the square brackets, which are the keys to the right of your P button on a normal keyboard. Normal, by that I mean QWERTY. If you're using something else, just look around. It's like the curly braces, but without the shift key applied. And then space ARGS, ARGS. Now you'll want to close your parentheses, or you can just click over with the arrow key. Now you want your curly brace, which is shift and your square brackets. Just the opening one, and then you hit enter. And you'll see Eclipse has auto-generated a close for this, as well as added a space in between. Now, inside of this method here, the public static void main, this is our main method, and that will run when the application is started. Any code in there will be executed in order, and from here we can call all sorts of different codes from different places, and that's how we'll build applications. So now I guess we'll go along with the good old computer programming tradition, and we will do a hello world, except with a math problem, because hello world is boring and blasé. So you'll want to type system, capital S, dot, period, out, dot, println, all one word for that last one. And now add your parentheses. And so, depending on how fast you typed it, you may have gotten a whole bunch of boxes popping up all over the place. Just click somewhere else to close those. It's Eclipse automatically suggesting different completions to your statement. And that's really useful, especially when you're working with parts of Java that you haven't used before. But for this, we're just going to want to type this so far. Also, you'll see it's giving me a red X. That means there's an error. It says insert semicolon to complete block statements. So we'll just go to the end of the line, add a semicolon. Basically, it's like the end of a sentence in English, or I guess other languages that use punctuation like that. It tells the computer, I'm done with this statement, move on to the next one. So yeah, you'll want to add a semicolon there. And then inside the parentheses. What goes inside the parentheses is what's called the argument to a method. We'll explain that a little bit more later. But for now, basically, that's just what's going to be printed. So now we're going to want to type in maybe like a math expression or something. Like 5 plus 5. Okay. And now we're going to want to go up to this green arrow. Not the one with the box, just the normal green arrow. The one that says run. Click run. It's going to ask if we want to save. Save. And it's going to run. Now down in this bottom bar you'll see a console window has popped up. Now that's what's going to display your print statements from your programs. And you'll see if you type 5 plus 5, it's printed 10. Correct answer. So it's evaluated this number expression and then printed out the answer. But what if we wanted to print 5 plus 5, not what 5 plus 5 equals? Well, we can also have it print a string. And a string, even if it has numbers, symbols, letters, spaces, whatever inside of it, except for quotations, those are a little bit weird, the computer will print that out literally as it says it. It's not going to evaluate any math or anything like that. And to tell the computer that this is a string, we'll want to put the double quotation marks around it, which would be shift and the apostrophe, and that is the key just to the left of enter, to the right of semicolon in that middle home row. So we'll want to put one at the beginning and one at the end. Now anything between these is the string. Now if we save this, Control S, go up and hit run. Now we'll see it's printed 5 plus 5, exactly as we put it, since we have those quotes there. So, yep, now you know how to set up a basic program in Java, and next time I'm going to start teaching you about how this language works. I'll see you later.